Hello, welcome to this week leadership advancements mentorship podcast. Today is going to be a special episode in which I'm going to share something that is going to really help you. My name is Dr. Michael Koku, and I'm so excited that you can really take time to join this broadcast. Normally, I invite a guest leader where we have a leadership conversation talking about their leadership journey, how they become more aware of their leadership development, and how mentorship has really impacted them. But today, I want to share something that's going to help you as an emerging leader. And if you're already a leader, this is going to help you too. And recently, last year, I wrote a book. That book is called Live Life Big. And the book Live Life Big talks about don't leave your dream, live your dream. Now, this book was written based on what I observe that many people are not living their dream. And when I say living their dream, that means LIVING. And what people do by default is living their dream, LEAVING. So that means you are either living your dream or living it. So when I use my right hand, that means living your dream. So what we are supposed to do is to live our dream, LIVE. But a lot of people, they leave it. So that means by default setting, people live their dream, LEAVE, instead of live it, LIVE. So what we want to do is we want to be intentional about living our dream. And I really make that case in this book called Live Life Big. Don't leave your dream, live your dream. You can get this book on Amazon. It's my 10th book, and it was released last year. But today, what I want to share about is something that's going to help you to live your dream. Because what I have for us today, it's based on a real passion in me, and I want to share with you today an enemy that many people are not considering. I just finished a leadership development and transformational experience. It was a 5 week class that I had. This started way back in March. So it was 5 Saturdays. It concluded last Saturday. We have more than 30 people from different parts of the world. They joined the class. We got people from Germany, and we have people from US, from Canada, from Nigeria, and from UK that joined this class. And these great leaders, they share how the class has really empowered them. There was so many diverse transformational experience testimonials from different participants. So that was season one. And one of the things I share with them is what I want to share with you today. And because in season two, we're going to go deeper into that content of live your dream. So live your dream, leadership development, and transformational experience season two is going to start Saturday, May 3rd. I'll let you know how you can sign up for that. So, but the good news I want to share with you is something that's going to really help you and that you can immediately put into action. So today I want to share with you, and something I've really tagged that what your laziness is costing you. Yes, you had me right. What laziness is costing you. What laziness is costing you. Now, when it comes to living your dream, there are some enemy, there are some dream killers, and you need to avoid. One of those dream killers is not a person, it's not a thing, it's an habit, and that is laziness. Laziness is not your friend, laziness is your enemy. So I want to share with you what laziness is costing you with regard to your dream. First of all, a dream was defined by Dr. John Maxwell as an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your will, emotion, and mind, enabling you to do everything you can to achieve it. A dream is an inspiring picture of the future that energizes your will, emotion, and mind, empowering you to do everything you can to achieve it. Now, a dream is what some other people also call vision. So it's a picture of a preferable future. Now, the thing many people did not really consider is this dream killer called laziness. You see, most of the time when we use words and kind of like a word is being overused, it loses meaning. People doesn't really take notice of what that word is again. So I want to make this really practical and so real to you. There was a boy named Kelvin. Kelvin is such a gifted child. Kelvin is so gifted that, I mean, this boy has so much talent, but, and he has a dream of doing great things in the future and all that stuff. But little by little, Kelvin began to take things for granted with his preparation. And Kelvin began to lose focus in the sense that there was an enemy that Kelvin was not aware of that began to creep in. And because of his unawareness, his ignorance of this enemy, Kelvin began to drop the ball. And Kelvin dropping the ball did not know that this unawareness of this enemy called laziness is going to cost him his dream. And this is why a lot of people are falling to this trap called the laziness trap. And Kelvin began to take things for granted. Initially, Kelvin was not like that. Kelvin was so focused, and people began to see the great things that was really happening. But little by little, through a wrong association, Kelvin began to take for granted all the time that he used to block to maximize his potential by paying attention to the growth, going to the kind of conferences, being in the kind of growth environment, waking up early, all those things, he began to take those things for granted to the extent that Kelvin was not able to produce at the level that people expect him to produce. People that knew him, that knew the potential, they just realized that, wow, Kelvin, you are far from what you should have been. And this is very, very important. In fact, there's something I learned this morning in one of my mentors, Ray Popham, from the Maxwell leadership, and he was talking about, and this thing that he shared was so profound. He talked about potential-driven leadership. He said this potential-driven leadership is closing the gap between your current impact and your potential impact. You see, potential is always about what you are capable of that you are yet to do. So, and that's why it's very important not to be like Kelvin. Kelvin started well, but he lost focus because of this enemy called laziness. And I'm going to tell you the thing that Kelvin experienced. But before that, I want to show you the 7 things that laziness is costing you. And I want to give it an acronym to make it easy for us to recap. So I want to give it an acronym called CMDPLOT. CMDPLOT. PLOT. Now, before I just start telling us what your laziness is calling you, first of all, I want to let you know that laziness is silently stealing your dreams. Now, laziness is not just silently stealing your dream. Laziness is also silently killing your dreams. Your dreams, your aspiration, the thing you want to see yourself be in the future. Just like Kelvin, laziness was silently stealing your dream. And I'll be showing you all those things. And I'll be going back to Kelvin's story to make it very practical. And I'll be sharing my own stories too, what I have seen, and even with people. So laziness is not an enemy. Sorry, laziness is not a friend. Laziness is an enemy. So this are the things that laziness is costing you. So I give it an acronym, CMDPLOT. So the first thing is this: character, character erosion, character erosion. Now, when we talk about character erosion, what does character erosion really means? Now, every time you choose laziness over action, you are not just losing time, you are losing something more valuable, and that's a pieces of your character. Because characters are not built in great moments, they are built one day at a time. Characters are not built in great moments, they are built one day at a time. Every time you choose the easy way out, you are shaping the person you become. Because our destiny is shaped at the moment when we make decision. So character erosion is when people lose a pieces of their character bit by bit. Now, many times when people talk about character, they just think about, oh, and character has to do with maybe when someone have a bad character, maybe you did something evil, maybe like something criminal or something immoral. Listen, it's more than that. Let's say you did not keep the promise you make for yourself. Case in point, you are supposed to wake up 4 a.m. You are supposed to wake up early, and your alarm clock goes on. So what did you do? You hit snooze to silence the alarm clock. Now, what you are not just kind of like disrespecting that time, you are losing a piece of your character. Because when you keep the promise you make to yourself, there's a way you build strong character. You become stronger in your character. So character is not built in big moments. It's built little by little. I remember when I got to the medical school, and we first of all have what we call a pre-med. That's just a the system I was trained. I was trained in Nigerian medical school, the University of Ibadan, which is the premier university in Nigeria. So we have what we call basic medical science that we do for 1 year. Then after that, then we moved on to anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology. That's the structure. So initially, when I came into school, I came on with that zeal, that commitment, and I was doing good. I was doing great. But when we get to start doing anatomy, biochemistry, and physiology, I wasn't really kind of like I wasn't consistent the way I'm supposed to. And little by little, a piece of my character is being eroded. I wasn't even consistent because, like I said, laziness is an hidden cost that most people never consider. Every time you choose laziness over action, you are not just missing out on opportunity, you are paying a tax on your future. Because laziness isn't just an habit, laziness is a disease. Like any disease, if left untreated, it will eventually destroy you. That's what I experienced. I end up failing my major exam, my first part one exam in my medical school. I failed it. And it wasn't funny. And I have to take the class again. And it took me, then we were having strike upon strike and all that stuff. It was a very challenging period in my life. But I brought that upon myself because when you see someone fall, it did not just happen in a day. It was little by little. I was compromising my character, the character of diligence that I was known for. I was compromising it. And if you want to be a good medical student, you can do that. You have to read every day. So, like I said, laziness isn't just an habit, it's a disease with a lot of repercussion with it. So, character erosion is real. character erosion is real because character is built one decision at a time, and laziness is a character suicide. So the first thing that your laziness is costing you is character erosion. You losing a piece of your character every day. That's what happened to Kelvin too. Kelvin was losing a piece of his character every day, and someone that was known as an excellent student start performing just average, and he lost dignity, lost respect that he normally have from other people. That's what happened. Because character is what you do. Is what you do privately. Reputation is what you do in the public. So that's why character erosion is a private thing. It's not visible initially, but eventually it comes out in the open and it manifests. So that is one that's the first cost of laziness. So laziness is costing you character erosion. So the second thing we're looking at is M. I talked about CMDPLOT. The M is what we call momentum murder. Dr. John Maxwell said momentum is the leader's best friend. Momentum murder. Success, according to Anthony Robbins, is not just about what you do, but what you do consistently. Success is not just about what you do, it's what you do consistently. Your success is in your daily agenda, your daily routine, your daily habit. So that's why successful people do daily what unsuccessful people do occasionally. So the second thing that laziness is costing you is momentum murder. Laziness doesn't just stop your progress, it kills your momentum. Laziness doesn't just stop your progress, it kills your momentum. Anthony Robbins said it is much harder to build momentum than it is to maintain it. It is much harder to build momentum than it is to maintain it. Now, let me show you how this works. There's something called momentum math. Momentum math. And this is how it works. It takes a lot of hard work to go from 0 to 10. It takes a lot of hard work to go from 0 to 10. But it's much easier to go from 7 to 10. Now, watch this. Laziness takes you back to 0 always, every single time. Whenever you choose laziness over action, it takes you back to 0. That means that means it kills your momentum. Laziness kills your momentum. An Olympic athlete was interviewed and she shared something valuable, very profound, very insightful. This is what she said. She said, people think the hard part is the competition, maybe when they appear in World Championship or when they appear in the Olympics. But the real battle, according to her, is with laziness during training. Ooh, that was so fantastic. That was so fascinating. Fascinating. It is with laziness during training. One time I was watching Usain Bolt during training. A lot of people didn't watch his training. They just watch, oh, Usain Bolt has won the gold medal and all that stuff. We watch Usain Bolt run 100-meter in less than 10 seconds. That's all we see about him. I was just watching Usain Bolt during training. Oh, the training was so severe that at a point he was vomiting. It was a real drill. You can watch it. Just type Usain Bolt training, on on YouTube. You see what I'm talking about? It wasn't fun to watch. It was fun to watch Usain Bolt during the Olympics. You watch all his track record, all the things that he made. It is fun. So that's why this Olympic athlete said, the real hard part is not the competition, but the real battle is with laziness during training, because training is what they do every day, every day, every day. Like George Foreman said, he said, when you cheat in training, or in practice is going to show up when you are in competition during the time when you are in the ring. That's why champions are not made are not made in the ring. They are only announced in the ring. What champions do in private is what determines their victory in public. So that means every day you don't grow, every day you don't train, you are not just losing that day, you are losing part of what you built yesterday. That's why you have to keep that momentum going. You don't block the chain, you have to keep it going. You have to keep it going. Because laziness compounds. Laziness compounds just like interest. Every time you choose laziness, you are not just losing today's opportunity, you are reducing your capacity for tomorrow's challenges. Anytime you choose laziness over action, you are not just losing today's opportunity, you are reducing your capacity for tomorrow's challenges. I know what I'm talking about. I wrote my first book when I was in medical school. That was in year 2000. Then I wrote my and that was year 2000. So this is my first book that I wrote when I was in medical school in year 2000. After the exam that I failed, I passed it. So this is my first book. Then 3 years after, I wrote the second one. This is my second book. That was in 2003 when I clocked 30. So you can do the maths. Some of you are doing the maths now. So I released my second book, Understanding Your Gift. Now watch this. For 20 years, I never wrote a single book. For 20 years, there was no book. So what happened? Look at it. I was lazy. That was the truth. That's a true confession. I was lazy for 20 years. I never wrote a book for 20 years. So what happened? Laziness kills the momentum. I know what I'm talking about. I have experienced this. It killed that momentum. I know I'm supposed to write. I couldn't write a book for 20 years because of laziness. So this is what laziness is costing you. It's a momentum murder. Like I told you, it's hard work to go from 0 to 10. It's hard work. It's much easier when your momentum is on 7 to go to 10. So it was a real hard work for me. Until 2 years ago in 2023, I said, God, I don't want to live this way again. I need some help. And I repented of my laziness. And I just believe God that God, this year, 2023, because that was when I clocked 50, I said, I want to write 10 books this year. I mean, it was tough. It was a hard work. Then I said, I'm going to write 10 books. Now, you've not written a book in 20 years. Now, you say you want to write 10 books. I set a high goal for myself. And I know that, listen, it will take God to do it. But the question is, did I really wrote 10 books in 2023? The answer is no. But by the grace of God, I was able to write 5 new books. And some of those books are here that was written in 2023. And those books, this is one of those books that was written, 4 Keys for Effective Leadership. And this one, the 5 keys for effective networking. Then also I wrote this one too, and The Beautiful People. And there's another one too that I don't have the hard copy. It's on Amazon. It's called the Insightful. That one is called the Insightful Quotes. And that was just quotes, just so that if someone wants to write a book for references, that was a book on collective of quotes. So, and also this book too was written, and I wrote this book in collaboration with 9 other students, and the 2.0 of my first book, all this was written. So those are the 5 books that was written in the year 2023. So the following year, which is 2024, and which is last year, I was able to write 4 new books like this one, and that came out. This is the 2.0 of my second book. This one came out. Then after that one, I was able to do another one, and the area code, which is on servant leadership. Then after that one, another one came out last year. I mean, you see what I mean? Like people were just saying, like, wow. I mean, and then another one came out last year, the mentorship advantage. So why am I sharing all this with you? Now, I'm not doing this thing to show off. I'm just telling you how powerful this momentum is. Now, because momentum can be on your side when you don't allow laziness to cost you your dream. So now, within 16 to 17 months, by the grace of God, I was able to do 9 books that people were like, wow, how are you doing it? But it was all about momentum. It's all about the momentum. Now, I have some books I'm working on. I'm working on my 12th book right now. Then I created an authors forum where we talk about book writing, and many people have been inspired by that momentum. Now, why am I sharing all this with you? I'm talking about what your laziness is costing you. So we've talked about the first one. We've talked about the character erosion. You losing a piece of your character anytime you choose laziness over action. The second thing we talk about is momentum murder. So laziness, every time you choose laziness over action, it takes you back to zero. That's what happened to me for 20 years. But now I got momentum on my side now because I've choose action over laziness. The real way to destroy laziness is to choose action over laziness. Now I'm working right now on my 12th book. So it's much easier for me to move from 7 to 10 than to go from 0 to 10. But if you allow laziness to creep in, just like it happens to me for 20 years, for a long time, all you have to do is to break that pattern. And that's what I did in 2023. And I began to tell myself the truth that no, I can't live this way again. And that's why I'm sharing this with you to see what your laziness is costing you. So we've talked about the first one. I told you the acronym is CMDPLOT. So we've talked about the character erosion, momentum murder. So the third thing that your laziness is costing you is what we called dream deflation. Dream deflation. Dream deflation. Just think about a balloon, and a balloon is being blown to a big size, and somebody just put a needle on it and the balloon begin to leak. That's what dream deflation is all about. Because dream don't die dramatically. Dream dies gradually. They die every time you choose laziness over action. They die every time you say tomorrow instead of now. I want to do something, and you can get a pen and paper. I want to show you something. I want to give you something like a thought. Let's make this thing practical. Now, just write the word down. Write the word one day. Yeah, one day. ONE and DAY. Just write the word down. One day. So write down and let me show you something. Yeah. One day. So what I told you to write is one day. Yeah, something like this. One day. Now, I want you to flip that word to just change it. Switch the word so that that one day will now be someday. Can you see? Instead of one day, you now have what we call day one. So we want to change that one day to day one. And that's a lot of people. We have a lot of one day people. One day I'll read the book. One day I will go to the conference. One day I will sign up for a, a leadership development training. One day I will do this. One day, one day. Listen, one day is not one of the days of the week. You need to treat every day as if it's a direct deposit to your dream account. Listen to me. Dreams don't die from failure. They die from laziness. Dreams die from inaction. They die from the slow poison of someday. So these two words are your enemy: someday, one day, someday, one day. Someday and one day, they are slow poison of your dream. This is what leads to procrastination. I mean, I tell you one day, I'm going to write, I'm supposed to work on book for 20 years. I experienced a dream deflation about my book writing. So it's very important to see what your laziness is costing you. It's a high cost that is avoidable if you choose action over laziness. So that's the encouragement, to encourage you to choose action over laziness instead of laziness over action. So we've talked about character erosion. The first thing, laziness, your laziness is costing you. The second one is momentum murder. And the third one is dream deflation. So we've talked about CMD. So we have CMD plot. So let's look at the P now. So what does this P mean? So the P means potential paralysis. Potential paralysis. You see, potential without action isn't just unused, it's unknown. Potential without action isn't just unused, it's unknown. You never discover what you are truly capable of while you are being lazy. Some time ago, I was watching a documentary of the great Michael Jordan. So Michael Jordan joined the NBA in 1984. He was very young at that time, and he was not even the first pick at the draft. He was number 3. And when he joined the NBA, I mean, he was promising. He has a lot of talent. People saw that. At one time, they played against the Celtic. He scored a high point, but it was not enough for them to go far in the championship. So one problem that his team, Chicago Bulls, has at that time was there was this team called Detroit Pistons. I mean, these guys are huge. One of them was Isaiah Thomas. So every year when they go for playoff, they always got beat up by these guys. They're gonna blow them out. And this particular year, when they have to meet the Detroit Pistons, I think that was in '89, and so they end up in beating up the Michael Jordan. Oh, that time he was this particular summer, he was experiencing body pain all over. I mean, those guys really beat him up. They beat them up, and he felt it emotionally, he felt it physically. The Michael Jordan, I was watching the documentary, and it came to the turning point that it's either I do something about this limitation or I I go out of relevance. And he make a very hard choice that all through this vacation time that they have, maybe like 2 months break, that he's not going on vacation, that he's going to be in the gym. So he was working out, working out, working out, working on himself to build his body, to build his skill to the next level. And by the time the new season started, that was in 1990, and he was able to lead his team to victory. And that they won 3 championships in a row. The same team that was beating them up, they beat them up, they blew them up 4-0. And since then, there was no turning back. So he won 3 championships in a row. And one time he had some situation, he got out of NBA. He wanted to try baseball. He said, like, no, this is not my line. And by the time he came back to the NBA, he won another 3 championships again. But this is what I want to get to you. If he didn't do something different, he wouldn't have, we wouldn't have known who Michael Jordan is. Today, if you mention basketball, the first name that comes to your mind is Michael Jordan. That's what he was known. He's known for basketball. But that's why potential without action isn't just unused, it's unknown. No one will have known who Michael Jordan is if he never did something, because talent is never enough. It takes discipline to turn talent into greatness. And that's what we saw with him. Now, there's something called the potential paradox. Potential paradox says the more potential you have, the more dangerous laziness becomes for you. the more potential you have, the more dangerous laziness becomes for you. This is another way of saying it. The more capable you are, the more laziness can cost you. Now, just imagine if Michael Jordan has choose laziness over action. No, he will not have won a championship. He will never have won a championship NBA title for just even one. But he won 3 in a row. In fact, there was one day I was watching him. He was really sick. And they took him out. He was on the bench. But when he saw that his team was losing, he told the coach, please, coach, that was Phil Jackson, please bring me in. And despite his health condition, he still came in to play, to win, to help his team to win. I mean, this guy got basketball inside of him. But listen, it was not just potential, it was potential with action. So this is why you want to choose action over laziness to avoid what we call potential paralysis. So let's look at the fifth thing that laziness is costing you. This is very, very important, and I want to really highlight this. The fifth thing that laziness is costing you is what we call legacy limitation. Legacy limitation. I was telling you about how for 20 years I never wrote a book. Now, watch this. But when I started writing books, like I said, God helped me. And in 2023, 2024, I mean, within less than 18 months, I was able to write 9 new books. They are all on Amazon now. And people were like, wow. To the extent I was getting a lot of backlash that, oh, are you writing too much books? Now watch this. No one saw me for 20 years when I didn't write a single book. Nobody said anything about it. But when people saw books start coming out, they were like, woo, 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 woo. But this is what I want to get to you. Your laziness doesn't just affect you, it affects your legacy. It affects everyone who could have been inspired and empowered by your example, helped by your work, and transformed by your contribution. Let me say it again. Your laziness don't just affect you. It affects your legacy. It affects everyone who could have been inspired and empowered by your example, helped by your work, and transformed by your contribution. You see, the word work, the root meaning of work means to become, to produce, to become who you actually are. So anytime you don't choose work over laziness, you are depriving the world of what you could be. That's what happened to me for 20 years. Just look at so many people that I could have inspired if I have kept that momentum on. But I didn't keep the momentum on. I got lazy. But now, when the momentum came, we started the Authors Forum and people were joining the Authors Forum. I can say to you that a lot of people have written their book when they saw me coming up with new books. So many authors have come from Authors Forums, people that they have the dream of book writing, they have abandoned it because we created a system now. I got 2 different publishers. I have the system, the framework, and people come to me. I just show them, okay, this is what to do. I just guide them. Now, people are being guided. They are publishing books. They are doing books because of the legacy of choosing action over laziness. But for 20 years, I experienced a legacy limitation. So one of the things that your laziness is costing you is legacy limitation. So it's not about you. Think about people that you will affect. Your legacy will affect. People who could have been inspired and empowered by your example. People who could have been helped by your work. People who could have been transformed by your contribution. That's why I live the way I live now. The same thing. I used to be lazy in book reading. I would take a book for several weeks. I was not like that before. I used to read consistently. But at the point I became lazy. And I will take a book for a long time. I won't finish the book. But God have to use my barber. I go to my barber twice a month to wake me up. So when my barber see me with the same book for a long time, and he will start telling me, "Are you still reading this book? Are you still reading this book?" Initially, I wasn't aware. It shows how lazy I was. My laziness was so deep that I was not totally aware. Until one day I said, "This man is troubling me. I go see him twice a month and I give him money to cut my hair. I'm not cutting the hair for free. Why is he always getting up on my business?" Then one day I decided to keep the barber quiet. Guess what I did? You know what I did? I took a new book, a different book, so that he would just be quiet and just let me be and let me continue to lazy. Oof. I was glad for that barber. But when I took that book, the barber saw me with a new book. It was quiet. I was so happy. I was so excited. But somebody was not quiet. And that was my conscience. My conscience came alive. And I said, no, I don't want to live this way. And that became my journey into self-awareness that make me begin to choose to change. Today, I say with all humility, I'm reading 10 books every day. I don't finish the book. I have a primary book. I spend 30 minutes a day to read. Then I have the other 9 books. I spend 10 minutes to read those books. My goal within those 10 minutes is to finish a minimum of 2 pages. And because of that, I have been able to read a lot of books. I've been able to, in fact, I created an accountability a forum called Train the Reading Addict Inspired Nation, where I give an account. When I finish a book, I make a report. I just finished this book. I replace it with another book just to keep me going. So, why am I sharing this? I'm just telling you that. But now, by the grace of God, I read, like this morning, I've already read the 10 books for today. I've read it. So I have fresh ideas. Even my book writing has changed. The quality of the material that I'm putting out is great. When I do training, people are just empowered. There's so many people that have been inspired by the legacy of work, by a legacy of quality example, quality leadership. By the grace of God, I lead the LAM Global Community with 24 strong leaders. We've been able to host 7 global conferences. So many new things are happening. Great transformation. Lives are being changed. So that is why legacy limitation is a serious thing I want you to pay attention to. So we've talked about character erosion. We've talked about momentum murder. We've talked about dream deflation. We've talked about the potential paralysis. Then we just talk about legacy limitation. That's where we are. We're still on number 5. So let me give you what we call the legacy equation. I learned this from Tony Robbins. The legacy equation is your daily choices plus your time plus your impact on others. Your daily choices plus your time plus your impact on others is equal to your legacy. Every time you choose laziness, you are not just diminishing your life, you are diminishing your legacy. You are diminishing your legacy. So let's go to number 6. The 6th thing that laziness is costing you is what we call opportunity blindness. Opportunity blindness. What does opportunity blindness look like? Now, listen to me. Opportunity doesn't just appear to everyone. Opportunity only reveals himself to people that are in motion. When you are choosing action over laziness, that is when opportunity reveals himself to you. But anytime you choose laziness over action, you can see opportunity. You become blind to opportunity. Opportunity doesn't just appear, they reveal themselves to those in motion. When you are lazy, you become blind to opportunities. Think of it this way, it's like driving in the dark with your headlight on. You can only see as far as the light reach. And listen, you don't have to see all the paths. You only need to see step by step as far as the headlight can see. So people always talk about certainty. People want certainty. They want to be certain. They want to see all the path. Listen, you don't have to see all the path. In fact, certainty, according to Anthony Robbins, is the enemy of opportunity. The only certainty that you need is that action beats laziness every time. That's the only certainty that you need. So the cure to opportunity blindness is to stay in motion. Remain in motion. Keep moving. Keep moving. When you keep moving, you will see opportunity. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. said, faith does not see all the stairs, but it sees step by step. As you take one step, you will see another step. That is how opportunity reveals itself. So the sixth thing that your laziness is costing you is opportunity blindness. So let's look at the seventh thing that your laziness is costing you. So that's what we call time erosion. The sixth thing that laziness is costing you is what we call time erosion. And this is very, very important. You know, when you talk about time erosion, people think that time doesn't take sides. People always think that time is neutral. Listen, time always takes sides with action over laziness. Time isn't neutral. It charges interest on your laziness. When you are lazy, time becomes your enemy. It doesn't pause, it doesn't wait, it doesn't care about your excuses. Every minute spent in laziness is working against you, it's not working for you. So we've mentioned character erosion. This is another erosion, time erosion. That's why killing time is not murder, it's suicide. So when you think, people just say, I just want to kill some time. Listen, you're not killing time, you're killing yourself, you're killing your dream. So these are the seven things that your laziness is costing you. Those are the seven things that your laziness is costing you. Wow. And a lot of people don't even see that way. So let me go over those seven things your laziness is costing you. The first thing your laziness is costing you that we've talked about is character erosion. The second thing is momentum murder. The third thing that your laziness is costing you is dream deflation. Number four, the fourth cost that your laziness is costing you is potential paralysis. Number five, legacy limitation. Number six, opportunity blindness. And number seven, time erosion. So I give it an acronym just for you to remember: CMD plot. CMD plot. C, character erosion. M, momentum murder. D, dream deflation. P, potential paralysis. L, legacy limitation. O, opportunity blindness. And T, time erosion. So these are the things I just want to share with you. And now, in the training I'll be having, I'm starting Live Your Dream, Leadership, Development, and Transformational Experience. You see, I have a passion to help people to live their dream. Now, I've talked about the seven things that laziness is costing you, but in this training that I will be doing, in this Transformational Experience, Leadership Development class, starting May 3rd, all Saturdays in May, listen, I'll be showing you how to overcome laziness. I'll be showing you. If you sign up for that class, I'll be showing you how you can overcome laziness. Listen, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not just teaching you this. This is my life. I told you how I overcome laziness in my book writing, even in my own dream, in my vision. People that knows me very well. I told you how I overcome in my book reading. See, laziness is something that you have to overcome in every area of your life. And today, I'm doing exercise every day. I have to overcome laziness, even with my physical fitness. So laziness is an enemy that we need to overcome. So if you join this leadership development and transformational experience starting May 3rd, space are limited, you will be able to learn. And there's some other things I'm going to share with you that there's no time. I'll be showing you the action revolution, how to revolutionize your life, how to get to a place where you can be on top of laziness. And with that action revolution, there are 3 stages of action revolution. One of them is momentum mastery. Then after sharing those 3 stages of action revolution, how to revolution your life so that laziness will not be able to have a upper hand over you again. Then I'll be showing you 5 laws of momentum masteries. Another thing we're going to do in that training as a bonus content is 3 ultimate truths about laziness and action. We'll be looking at that. Another thing that will be included in that Live Your Dream leadership development and transformation experience is I'm doing a special package workshop on know what you are for. How you can know what you are for. I mean, you are for something, but I'll show you how you can know what you are for. And also, there's something called the working geniuses, how you can know your working geniuses. Then we'll be looking at how 5 levels of communication and how to elevate your communication skills. Oh, listen, you can't miss this. No matter where you are in the world, it's virtual, through Zoom, you going to have the best experience. I'm going to put the link on this YouTube. It is eventcreate.com/e/LYD. LYD is live your dream. Then X as in Sally, then number 2. Yeah, so that's that's it. The website you will be able to register is eventcreate.com/e/LYD. L as in Larry, Y as in you, D as in dream, then X represents S as in Sally, then 2, it represents Live Your Dream Season 2. So that's the website you can register. And I want to give you a coupon code. Use the coupon code uppercase DREAM, DREAM, at checkout for 25% discount. Now, listen, don't miss this. This is going to be great. Like I said, I'm going to put the coupon code on this YouTube where you can register for Season 2. And Season 2 is going to be great. Those that attend Season 1, I mean, so diverse testimonials. But this Season 2 is going to be the ultimate. Don't miss it. Oh, it's been a great time with y'all. I believe you enjoyed this content. Till I come your way next week, I'll be bringing a host your way, and we'll be coming with a great content. I'll be bringing a great leader your way. And on this leadership advancement and mentorship podcast, my name is Dr. Michael Koku, and I'm excited that you can join us today. Thank you for being here, and see ya next week with another great content with a great leader. Thank you. See ya. Bye-bye.